right, brand new Days, Doom Crew Inc. out right now. Black Label Society. 4 very silly men get into the Black Vatican and put out yet another crusher. What's happening, Zakk?
What are you doing, brother? Well, we're just having a little technical difficulties, but no, everything's going good, buddy. Just got off the road. We did 44 shows in 59 days, rolling with Obituary and Prong with the gang, all good people. So that was a blast. So we're home right now, getting ready for the holidays, and I guess we're supposed to head over to all the European chapters in about 5 months from now. So hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah, I saw the show in New York City. Couple of years off, man. Sounded tight though, dude.
It was a blast. I mean, it was pretty funny. It was just the last show we did was we were rolling with the Milwaukee chapter Berserkers. That was before the world shut down, and it was crazy because I was looking at the rest of the fellas. I go, wow, seems like we just went home for 3 months and we're back at it. And it was like 23 months ago, the last time we did a show. So in that same building. So it was, I mean, like, wow. I don't remember high school going by that fast, but it was definitely cool. Good to be back at it again.
Yeah, so talk about the new record, man. Lots of great stuff on there. Everything a Black Label fan would want. You got your burners, you got your grinders, you got your rockers and your ballads on there. Playing some of the new songs live in concert. What was that process?
Yeah, when you want to make out with your girlfriend, that's what the songs are all centered around.
Yeah,
just like hanging out with your girlfriend, So that's every song is written about that. That's the underlying theme of the whole existence of Black Label.
Yeah,
they're all number one marriage counselors and relationship counselors.
Yeah,
yeah, that's why we put the ballads in there when you want to get really romantic. So then you have the up songs when you want to just get a little crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So this new album, if you could compare it to one great general, who would it be?
This album, I would probably, I would say compare it to basically, the 27 Yankees. But, JD would say have to go with maybe the 80s Yankees because they didn't make the playoffs at all and doing Donnie Baseball, and they won no World Series. So that's, that's why me and the Goose are the yin and the yang over there.
Right. That's why he's always punching you out in videos on Twitter, which endlessly make me they're hilarious.
It's terrible. It's amazing I can't even think anymore. You know what I mean? Between all these concussions, it's amazing. But thank goodness I have some Odin force to snap me right out of another concussion, out of the ICU unit, and then I'm back at it, and then we're back in the Vatican.
Hey, Zakk.
Well, I got my General Pat coffee mug with me today. One of our great films.
Yeah, there's our guy. There's some Black Label going on right there.
A very correct gentleman right there. He said all the right things.
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of which, I drank a lot of Valhalla Java on the bus when we toured together doing Zakk Sabbath. Any new stuff coming down the Coffee Pike?
Yes, we got the Valhalla Java. We have the Odin Force blend. We got some espresso beans, chocolate covered espresso beans coming out next. So after you get done doing the dishes, the laundry, and then you're running out of gas, and you got to make your bed, and you got to vacuum the house. Then you throw back some chocolate covered Odin Force espresso beans. Then you can surely get the job done. And I'll throw back a couple of them after JD knocks me out again. So this is.
We're going to show some of those videos too. Which is the best blend to worship Odin to?
What's that, my brother?
Which is the best blend for people to worship Odin to? Which one do you suggest?
What the what are you talking about? The espresso beans, or what are we talking about here?
Yeah,
the Valhalla Java. It's the Olden Force. That's it. That's the name of it. It's the Olden Force blend.
Okay, so that's the one right there. Okay, and you got a lot,
without a doubt,
for sure. And you're doing a new podcast too, man. That I heard.
With the Goose, yes, we're going to start. We'll start cranking that out. We've been talking about it for a while, so now that we're going to be home for a little bit, so we're going to knock that out. So it should be, it's definitely be some comedy going on there for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be called what is it? The Wild Goose.
It's Wild Goose. There you go. So yeah, and then we'll have the Goose's Gander. The Wild Goose goes to the movies. It's going to be good. It's going to be it's going to be very informative as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How to get knocked out and how to get back to concussion and still perform in a band. Things like that.
Going to be very educational. Absolutely. That's why I'm going to watch it. And that's at our friends over at Gas.
Yeah, how to make your wife miserable. How to make your wife miserable for 30 plus years. Things like that. How to annoy her. Because that's a superpower I have.
There you go. Again, Doom Crew Inc. out now it's on Rat Pack, right?
Yeah. Oh, Spine Farm, I think, over there, and then E1 with the guys and Scotty and everybody like that.
Yeah, so it's got a good team behind it. Again, it's an instant classic, but of course, the secret got out. Ozzy, the boss, called back again and said, "Hey, Zakk, I need you to come down and lay some heavy riffs down on the new record." So, any news on that?
Yeah, awesome. We knocked that out before we actually went out on the road with Obituary and Prom, and I just recorded all my stuff while we're here at the Vatican. So, but if you would have asked me when I was 15 years old that I'd be on a record with Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, and Tony Iommi and the Boss, I would have been like, you're dreaming. So, yeah, definitely a huge honor, and it came out really cool, man, for sure. Can't wait till you hear it.
Yeah, man, and I always say, man, I hope one more time around the world with you and Oz, man. Just one more, farewell, one more, rock and roll hurricane around the world with you two guys together again. For you, what's some of your favorite Oz songs to play live?
Actually, all of them. It's just like I always said, it's just like being in the greatest cover band you could possibly be in, and then you get to write your own stuff too. So you get to have your cake and eat it as well. So it's definitely a dream gig for sure. But the whole thing is awesome. It's all win-win, man. Whether I'm playing Lord of Iommi's stuff, Jake's stuff, St. Rhodes's stuff, I love it all because I'm a huge fan. So, and then we do our own stuff. So it's great. But like I said, we were so crazy because New Year's Eve coming up. I guess the last show we did with the Boss was in New Year's Eve at the Forum. We did Zach Sabbath out in the parking lot, and then me and Blasco got back up there with the Boss later that night. And so it was like a mini Oz Fest at the Forum. And that was 2018 going into 2019. And I remember Oz was like, "Oh, man, it'd be great. We should do this every year." You know what I mean? So the tour was going great and everything until he lumped himself up, with his neck. He re-injured that neck injury he had when he was riding the ATV. So right now he's just doing everything he can to get his squat, his bench press, and his deadlift numbers back up to Ozzy earth-shattering numbers. And then we put him back up on that form, and off we go.
I hope so, man. That'll be so great if that could happen. And of course, your love of not only Ozzy but Sabbath comes through. You and I went out. You were nice enough to take me out on the road to do Zakk Sabbath. And do you ever think that little cover band that would become like this kind of a big deal, man?
Well, it's pretty hilarious. In regard that I was playing these songs when I was 16 years old. We'd be playing at keg parties and our buddies' backyard parties and stuff like that in our cover band. And I'm still playing NIB and everything like that. Now that I'm 54 years old, except we're still playing at keg parties, except there's a couple more people. So it's pretty awesome, So no, I love it. So it's just it's all win-win. So and we have a blast doing it, and then rolling with Father Blasco and Father Joe, and the rest of the Doom crew out there, and yourself and everybody like that. So it's always a good time.
Yeah, that was a super fun time. And you got some new guitars too, right? Coming out from Schecter.
Yeah, we got with my Wild Audio guitars, we got the Thorax coming out. We already have the Nomad. Then we're working on the Raider right now. So yeah, so there are gonna be some new ones coming out. But we also have there's some other ones gonna be working on the Vulture, the Condor, a couple other ideas coming out. But yeah, it's great. I love, it's awesome. I love doing my own company and everything like that. It's great.
Yeah, so if you want to check out some of Zakk's guitars, go to schecterguitars.com. You also, if you want to go see BLS, there's meet and greet packages. You could buy one of the guitars. Zakk will pump himself up, put on some cologne, come out and sign it for you. So lots of ways to get a guitar. That's the best.
Dario will make you some chicken piccata.
Yeah, Father Dario.
Yeah, capers.
A lot of cool stuff with you and interplay with you and Dario, especially live now, man. Just more and more as the years go on. You guys trading on and off.
Dario's shredding it up on the new record as well. Dario's all over it. So, that's why we're on the cover of the magazines. I was just like, well, you got to have Dario on the cover of the mag, on the Guitar World thing. I was just like, well, he's shredding all over the record. It's not just me, so yeah. Actually, people will be happy to hear him playing, over me. Definitely JD was. He was like, can we have more of him and less of you? I was just like, wow, that's really unnice. But anyways,
he's from the local district, that guy.
Without a doubt. He's from the septic district.
Yeah.
Sub-septic.
Yeah. But we love him. Okay, new music, new guitars, coffee, but yet no signature kilt yet. What's the delay on that? You wear a kilt every night on stage.
I think we have to work on that one next. Exactly. That's why, when we go out on these tours, it says it's the Kiltageddon now, So, exactly. I just feel, I always put the kilt on when I feel like I'm going to do something noble, save some innocent people, defend, protect them from the bad people, from the evilness. And then, when I'm going to do the dishes, the laundry, when I have to take on, the enemy, like making my bed, things like that.
Yeah. Well, as always, Zakk, puts 110% into everything, whether you see him live, whether it's on the new record, Doom Crew Inc., which is out now. I highly suggest you getting it. They are all #1 dance hits all over the world already. The people have spoken. So go out, pick it up. And dude, thanks so much for a couple of minutes today. Appreciate it, man.
Always great talking to you, Father Don. Without a doubt, my brother.
I'll see you on the road sometime.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. We'll be hooking up before you know it, man.
Later on, man.